Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. Inside the ruined monastery, the troupe fought the Huntress and several boneless zombies. Nero conjured a field of Austin Powers' love interest to fend off the zombies. Jack Magnum immediately bounded away and into a zombie, which started to consume him. The Dr. Deputy followed Dell's orders to rescue Jack Magnum, and he chased after the goat. And Dell blasted the Huntress, but accidentally hit New Rogue too. Shadow Nemesis began attacking everyone nearby as he went uncontrollably berserk, and Tyler desperately called out for everyone to avoid Shadow Nemesis. But can General Tyler's strategic thinking save them this time? I doubt it.
Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft. Reed and Calzones, we're here. We're very excited to return to this adventure. But before we do, our heroes had all ended up inside an abandoned, collapsing monastery of Ezra, facing off with the Huntress, a fanged, very fast, black leather-clad figure wielding a blade with the power of light inside it. Our heroes were also facing off several boneless zombies. They made their way forwards, attempting to first negotiate and then immediately engage in combat with the Huntress. But Jack Magnum had a different plan. That little goat ran into combat himself, closely followed by New Rogue, who was trying to keep Jack Magnum safe through some shenanigans involving multiple concentrations and then eventually some damage. The greatest weapon they had against the undead was knocked out as the magic disappeared. And our dear friend Shadow Nemesis, who had run the furthest forwards horizontally along a wall and taken some pot shots before, he was attacked by the Huntress, and it activated the berserk rage of his new magical axe, pumping him full of thorns of fury that extended out of the axe itself that everyone else could see. But in his own internal life, he now sees everyone in this building as Gregernant man, truly his greatest enemy in this realm. And he is ready to strike forth. We completed our first pass through the initiative order and are returning to the General, Tyler, who had spotted the fact that Shadow Nemesis has lost it and warned everybody else. Now we're going to find out what happened next. Yeah.
I love it.
That was it. There you go.
Yeah.
Now it is time for us to return to Ravenloft. Tyler, you are in the midst of this scene, having warned everyone else that Shadow Nemesis has officially lost it and is berserk, as crazy as his axe can drive him. When you look from where you stand off to the left of kind of the general scene among the pews, you can see that there are a number of boneless zombies, 4 still remaining that are up, 2 that have been heavily damaged, 2 that have been unharmed by his spirit guardians before they were knocked out. Dell is there supervising. The Dr. Deputy is chasing around Jack Magnum, desperately trying to catch him. And the Huntress is facing off with the raging Shadow Nemesis, approximately 10 feet above floor level, horizontally standing out from a wall. They are about 20 to 25-ish feet from where you are. So everything is possibly within range. It just depends on how much.
Not thrilled with how my Ray of Sickness fared, especially now firing it into a melee combat. I think I need to help New Rogue out. I watched him get pretty badly banged up there by a number of zombies, and there's 4 left. Okay,
correct.
I think because I'm standing in the middle of like a line of pews, I'm going to let's make it fun. I'm going to do that thing that people do in a lot of like stage musicals and stuff like that. Just like the one trick that like guys do when they're like singing and dancing their jaunty tune of like running up to a chair, putting their foot on the backrest, and then slowly tilting it forward. I want to do that as just a domino effect on the pews of just like skipping to the back of each next pew to like accelerate me towards these zombies. And I want to hop off and do a spell attack with my sword once I am brought up to the group.
Amazing. Can you roll me an athletics? Or I would accept acrobatics, depending on how you'd like to flavor this.
Let's do, I was thinking acrobatics. I was thinking getting a little fancy with it. I think that's the earrings influence coming.
You are looking very handsome right now.
Oh, yeah, we'll take the 19. The earring gave me advantage on that. +1 for a dirty 20 on acrobatics.
You do exactly as you intend to do, and it looks just as incredible as we are all imagining. Del, you were the only one in position to be able to fully take in this heroic, handsome Hollywood leading man Tyler, just leaping like a Cirque du Soleil acrobat into combat. Tyler, I will give you advantage on your first sword strike.
Whoa!
There are
Yes.
two unharmed boneless zombies that are currently throwing down with New Rogue, and then there are two of the more grazed and injured ones that are pursuing Dr. Deputy and Jack Magnum. Which zombie are you going after here?
I want to land beside New Rogue to help him as much as possible. I'm going to be casting the cantrip Green Flame Blade. So as I basically build momentum from hopping from pew to pew to pew as they fall forward, giving me a little bit more forward momentum, I use that to launch into the air, and upon landing, I'm using that downward momentum to swing my sword. I need to land this first attack, and then Green Flame Blade effects will take place. You're saying I roll with advantage on this attack?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
You're coming in cool, so it's got to pay off.
14 and...
Could have run all boring and there wouldn't have been a roll. So, I mean, doing something exciting.
I boringly approach. Yeah.
That's going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Green Flame Blade. I have the Hard Rock Greatsword, and it just gets wreathed in green flame, and I bring it down. Since I'm level 5 now, it's not just flame shooting off to hit a second target. There's a little bit of green flame damage on the first target.
Cool.
On a hit, the target suffers the attack's normal effects, and green fire leaps from the target to a different creature. But at 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 fire damage. So my greatsword is 2d6. 6 and 4 plus 3. Gosh.
13.
Yeah. And then
Plus D8.
Plus D8 fire. Ooh. 4 fire damage on top of that. And then 2d8. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. Creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of it. The second creature takes fire damage equal to your spell casting ability modifier. But because I'm 5th level, I'm going to roll a d8. So 1d8 plus some magic modifier. So that's 3 plus, I think, 5? No, 3 plus 7 for a total of 10 damage on the second zombie.
Second zombie. All right. You batter both of these zombies with flame, dealing severe damage to the first and some still very respectable damage to the second as your sword and its magical flame wreaths both of these boneless, fleshy forms, melting off large portions of them, tearing holes through the musculature that is keeping them slopping around. They are now in... I mean, one of them is as bad as the one that got hit with the Austin Powers, and the other is worse. They're thoroughly battered in their semi-humanoid forms.
I land beside New Rogue and I say, I got you, buddy. Once we're done here, though, we got to keep away from Shadow Nemesis, okay? He's gone nuts. I'll tell you about it later, but he will attack anyone and everyone near him right now.
Okay, I don't want to be near him anyways.
Great.
Del, you are watching all of this happen as Tyler joins combat, an ultra acrobatic green flame wreathed sword combat machine, just diving in and smashing zombies. You are still a couple of feet back from where all of this is happening. You are 20 feet clear of combat at this point.
Wow.
What do you do?
I'm shaking my head at Tyler. Just, wow, Tyler, you look awesome. We got your back. And I'm going to give Tyler my last bardic inspiration with my bonus action. So you get that. And then the zombies following Jack Magnum and Dr. Deputy, are they all scrunched up together? Are they running? What's going on over there?
Jack Magnum is in the lead. Dr. Deputy is just behind. And there are two two boneless flesh zombies just slopping behind them. Yes, they are very close to each other.
Oh, great. Would I be able to well, I can shoot 120 feet. So if I can shoot one of those, I'm going to try to help the minion that I apparently am responsible for now with two eldritch blasts of red energy that just shoot out.
Great. Did they shoot it? I think we'll be able to say that you can fire one, see what it hits, see what it does,
Okay,
and then
I'll
decide
do
if
that
you want to
first
fall
then.
at the same target or separately.
Perfect.
Unless in the rules it says you fire both simultaneously.
It just says make a ranged spell attack, and I get one more beam. And they make a separate. I can direct the beams at the same target or at different ones. So
Same targets or at different ones. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's a flavor question I will ask you, Del, because I'm willing to let this be flavored the way that you think would be true based on your hell powers from your feelings about Lucretia. When you fire these two beams, do you see them as simultaneously going off? Like you can pick two targets or one target? Or is it like a 1-2 stutter step, kind of like the gunfire we would see from Shadow Nemesis?
No, I think the way I see it is all happening at the same time because it's just coming straight from the middle. And my tactical brain would be to aim at one with both blasts.
Great. Super. Let's go for it.
I'll just roll it at the same time.
Like the one on the left or the one on the right? They both seem Beyonce'd up a little bit, but not the worst.
Yeah, I'll do the one on the right then.
Great.
Okay. So one is 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. And the other one is 24 to hit.
That will hit.
All right.
Please roll me your damage.
I'm gonna roll some damages. Let's get 2 dice out here. That is 10 damage and 6 damage, so 16 damage altogether.
Nice.
With your 2 blasts of deep, unholy, hate-filled red from your chest, you blast this boneless zombie out of existence. What does it look like when your blasts kill something?
Well, even better than that, since I killed it, my shadow grows again and looks extra spooky around me. And I think that the blast shoots out of me, and the insides of my eyes that are usually like shiny dog are red for a second and then go out. And I get 6 temporary HP from killing that.
Whoa.
Nice. And do your blasts like punch through it like a bullet? Do you disintegrate it? What is the impact of these when it is the full kill shot?
Yeah, I think it seems like it's a bullet. So when it goes through, it's just like if you took a needle and thread and went straight through something, but then the edges of it are glistening and red. And so it's just like big, gory punctures that kind of spread out as it just crumples into bits.
Yep, crumples into bits, spattered across the pews as the chase continues. Del, you've made your gnarliest kill.
Thanks.
Which means
thanks, Lucretia.
somewhere her heart warms.
Thanks, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Jack Magnum lashes out at the other boneless and misses.
Aw.
New rogue. Tyler stands alongside you. You're engaged in combat with 2 boneless zombies, while in the distance you can see Jack Magnum fighting a 3rd boneless zombie alongside Dr. Deputy, who is now diving in to help as another is blasted apart by Del.
Copy that.
What do you do?
How far away is Jack Magnum? Are they within my 30 feet? Would you say?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to channel divinity. I'm going to use something I haven't used. I'm going to use turn/destroy undead. Which I feel like maybe I should have used this earlier, and I don't. So it just says all I have is if undead creature has a challenge rating of half or lower, they automatically die. I'm looking online. So you present your holy symbol, which is my hammered Zordon, my blue face, and an eye of silver. And I have to speak a prayer centering the undead. Each undead that you see or hear within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. So I don't know how the destroy undead works, but yeah.
These zombies are not under a challenge rating of a half, so this is going to be about the turning. This is more important for you. So
great. Okay.
Let's hear the prayer, and then we'll roll for the effect.
Oh, by all that is right and all that is holy, let
me use your satisfying powers from up above to deny these malevolent beings my flesh, the flesh of my friends, or the flesh of my goat friend, who is a friend amongst all other friends. He is the best. Fuck off and die, dead fucks! Yeah!
All right, what do I have to roll?
Good question. What am I rolling? I don't have anything else for this. If anybody can help me with figure out what I have to do.
What is the phrasing of your turn undead say?
What is the what of my turn undead?
What do the words say about casting it?
I have to go on the Roll20 compendium here.
Okay, I'm looking it up. All right, so as an action, you presented your holy symbol. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
If it doesn't mention a DC, then it's probably Guy's DC as a cleric.
A DC equals your cleric spell save DC. So I believe that's 14.
Yeah, it's 14.
Okay, let's find out. We got 3 boneless to roll for. The one chasing Jack Magnum fails. The more injured one attacking you fails. The slightly healthier one attacking you and Tyler also fails.
Ooh.
Now for the Huntress.
She's dead.
Okay.
Spoiler.
My God.
The Huntress
Trips and
fails.
dies.
Yay! All right! Oh, my boot
Now-
caught a rock.
For
I'm
some
dead
other
now.
friends, just a moment.
What? What other friend?
Success. Fail.
Secret
Fail.
friends.
Success. Fail. Success. Okay.
That's a lot of checks.
Yeah. Who? What?
Well, maybe outside.
This is absolutely nuts. There's a lot of things going on. I have to math all this out. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here. And when we come back, I will know what is happening with all of the NPCs.
happening?
Math break.
Many of your powers, new rogue, as we know, are Austin powers based.
Yeah.
What does it look like as a wave of turn undead energy? Just a wave of holy light comes off of your Zordon and into the room around you. Is there any particular flavor to it you have, or is it just a wave of force?
No, it's when Dr. Evil's lair, he has those chairs, and when his disciples, his underlings, do something that he disapproves of, the chairs lean back into a pit of fire. So, and it casts this, obviously this orange glow with smoke still emanating off of it. So I feel like that's what it is. It's just like, it's basically like a bunch of just like heat rays and just like smoke, and the atmosphere just is churning with that. And it seems to just be like pushing them off. And it's the stink of their failure.
Yeah, for this brief moment, this church, all within sight and sound of you, becomes one of those creepy dream flashbacks in an A24 film where they didn't really want to pay for a location, but they wanted it to be very moody and threatening with the light and the haze and the other things. And you begin to see several of your foes begin to turn back in terror. Are you going to move, or are you just going to remain where you are?
I'd love to be able to move to Jack Magnum to retrieve him. So.
You will be able to do that without any risk of attacks of opportunity, as the boneless zombies are already shrinking back from your heroic religious form.
Oh, great. Come here, little guy. Thanks for looking after him, Dr. Deputy. Means a lot.
No problem. The boss told me to do it.
Aw, I'm your boss?
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
You're Uncle Juice. You're my uncle, but you ain't my boss. You ain't dominant.
Okay. Well,
You're like a big marshmallow. You're soft.
all right. You don't need to keep going. Thanks, man. All right. Thank you. And then I'm going to put the baby back in his Bjorn. And I'm
Yep.
like,
So you've picked him up. I mean, this is all still, for the record, things going on around you. So you make your way over. You've got Jack Magnum. You have this brief moment of connection.
time to fight.
Meanwhile, the 2 boneless zombies that were originally battling against you are both turning to absolutely run. Tyler, you do have the opportunity for an attack of opportunity on one or both of these creatures as they turn to flee, should you so wish.
Yes. What direction are they fleeing in? As in,
The two-
if I kill them, does that mean that I'm one of the next closest targets to Shadow Nemesis?
That's a great question. They have to head. Oh, this is where we're getting into.
I assume like
it's all controlled behavior. So
yeah.
Like I would think that if my target was moving away, I would kind of follow that. But that's just
they have to move away from New Rogue, who moved towards. So theoretically, New Rogue, if he was standing with Tyler, took a left to go get Jack Magnum, which means those zombies have to move right, which is towards the wall that Shadow Nemesis and the Huntress are currently battling on.
Let them be. They're fine. Carry on.
They both begin to move, and our very tactical general holds his position. Shadow Nemesis. Gregernant man stands before you, grinning, with a glowing blade in his hand, standing on the wall. You know what you need to do to Gregernant man.
Is Gregernant fleeing because of this spell, or
Gregernant is not yet moving because it's not Gregernant's turn. So right now you have a Gregernant flat-footed before you.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So, Gregernant's like, gee, he missed me. And I'll just, I'm sounding like a elephant, rhinoceros, lion, like, and I just want to attack, just 2 attacks, just like boom, boom, just swing. So
Great. The mist swirls up around you as you strike. Please roll me a d6.
Just for one attack, for both attacks?
For the first attack, roll me a d6.
Ooh.
We're gonna roll one at a time. Let's see what happens.
Oh, get ready for this one.
What does that mean?
Cut my head off? I don't know.
You lash out with your first strike, not expecting Gregernant to be as speedy as he is while panicked. And Gregernant boots you, just a solid spin kick, knocking you off the wall and into the center of the church, where you find yourself standing up amidst the other Gregernants.
Oh, no.
Tyler, you see Shadow Nemesis beginning to rise next to you with his thorn axe in his hand. Shadow Nemesis, you need to attack the being closest to you. It is Tyler with your second attack, and the mist swirls up around you. Can you roll me a d6?
All right. Well, I'm not going to use that other die. Let's use this one.
The other one was fine.
3.
Knowing that Shadow Nemesis would not want to slaughter his friends, that means his success state would be not attacking or missing, and his fail state is hitting. So Shadow Nemesis, you get the equivalent of a nat 20. Please roll me double damage with your axe.
It's always a crit on me.
So I don't even need to roll to hit. I just roll double damage?
Nope, you hit. That was the mist.
So, okay, so that's 1d8 plus 5. So that means that's 2d8 plus 5?
Correct. Though you were swinging two-handed, I believe, because you loved this axe so much. Have you stowed your gun or is gun out?
No, I would have put my gun away.
You talked about
all right. Then it'll be 2d10.
Oh, that's
plus
right.
5.
Oh my God. Okay, 2d10 plus 5. Ooh.
Okay. All right.
That's still doable, right? That is a total 13 plus 5, so 18.
18 damage as the axe hammers into your stomach, Tyler, just cutting deep through your armor and lacerating you deeply. That is the end of the turn of Shadow Nemesis, who is now engaged with the center of the party. The third boneless zombie also turns and flees deeper into the monastery away from New Rogue, who advanced towards it and Jack Magnum. So 2 of them are running towards the Huntress's position to the right. 1 is now running back, like fleeing. I mean, I use running as a pretty loose term. They don't have bones or effective legs, but they're slopping their way directly away from this scene as it happens. Which is when you see 3 bat-like creatures above you begin to fly away and flee up into the roof. Del, can you roll me a perception?
Sure.
And New Rogue, can you roll me a perception?
I got
yes.
I got a 6.
Okay, Del just sees a lot of things happening.
There's a lot of things happening right now.
Del, I am still concentrating on protection from good and evil. I just rolled my save.
Ooh,
22 for me.
Ooh.
22. You, New Rogue, because you're scooping up Jack Magnum and able to take more of a look around as your holy magic is pushing the undead away, you realize as you glance up at the roof that it appears what you are seeing are human heads with bat wings for ears.
Ew.
And they are beginning to flit from where they had been hiding up among the rafters of this collapsed roof up and try to escape outwards.
Okay.
Then,
Oh.
there are the ones that are fleeing, and there is one that breaks towards you. Perhaps they had been awaiting a summons, and then it did not come, and then half of them got spooked by religious things, and now this church is a very scary place where they are not sure whether to attack or flee. It flits down, flying awkwardly and heavily, and lashes out, trying to bite you.
No.
As it swoops in, you can see it is a rotting human head severed at the neck, with giant bat wings, causing it to have a disturbed and uneven flight pattern.
Don't like that. No.
And it misses.
Yes. Stupid head. It's just a head. Ugh.
All you hear is
No.
it flits around you. The Huntress herself extinguishes her blade and yells, "No, no!" and sprints up the wall, using her second action to dash out a hole in the roof. Just vertical run and out.
Oh, wow.
The doctor deputy looks over to you, Del, from 20 feet away and says, "The gun's safe. What do I do?"
Run away from Shadow Nemesis.
Where do I go? It's dangerous outside.
It's dangerous everywhere. Pick a place.
Okay. He runs over. I got to roll an athletics for him. Oh, he fails. He runs over and tries to run up your back to ride you like a backpack, but gets halfway up, falls off, and ends up on his back. He's rolling around going like, "I'm like a turtle. I can't get up." You
Great.
All right, well, he rolled for it. Okay. Another flying head launches itself down from the ceiling and strikes at you, Del. For the first time, you're seeing these rotting human heads with massive bat wings.
Do they have disadvantage because of my protection?
It will definitely have disadvantage because your protection is thoroughly undead. So it will miss altogether.
Okay.
Just flitting around you unevenly. And that's the point when you hear a door creak open. And a voice behind you go, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh no,
and you start to see Rumple Foreskin flee, terrified of the religious light of New Rogue. Opening the door and revealing outside. Del, can you roll me a perception?
Yeah.
Ooh.
9.
You're just seeing Rumple Foreskin run at this brief moment.
Okay.
Another one of the flying heads swoops down at Tyler, joining combat with Shadow Nemesis and attacks. I'm rolling these. They're totally random. It will miss.
Oh,
very good for everybody. And that is the point when this now opened door, the mist begins to bleed in as 4 zombies stagger in through the opening, blinking their eyes and taking in the scene, followed by 2 undead cockatrices.
No! Oh no!
And you realize looking at them that Piss E. Kermit, and perhaps to your greatest horror, New Rogue, Westra Amber Eyes, have been eaten to death and resurrected as zombies, making their way into this church. We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
Oh, whoa.
You all see the 4 fast zombies staggering in and taking in the scene with shocked eyes, and the 2 cockatrices following them, staggering on newly undead bodies, as Westra Amber Eyes glances about with one eye completely scratched out and clearly eaten, and the other dead and gray, listless, staring into the room as she goes, and you realize you have brief moments before they join the fray. Tyler, you find yourself standing opposite Shadow Nemesis, filled with bloody rage thorns extending from his axe through his entire body. You can feel the mists watching. You can feel the mist seeing what is happening. And you realize you have the opportunity for a high-risk devil's bargain.
Oh.
You can channel the power of the mists, summoning them into your limbs, and try to throw Shadow Nemesis into the roof. Because if you could make him stick, he would need to pursue the Huntress instead of the party. But there is every chance that if this does not work, you will just leave yourself fully open to his next attack. Or you can do anything else you please.
These thoughts go through my mind as I'm clutching a gaping axe wound in my abdomen. I can't take another hit like that. I can't take another hit not like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't take another hit. If I feel the influence of the mists creating an opportunity for our survival, for us to capture our quarry, to try and get this Sunblade before I worry. I think that we just get overrun and die. At least if we die with it in our possession, we carry it into the next day. So if I feel that instinct, I will lean into it and let it lead me.
For the first time, you willingly lean into the mists at your feet and draw its power within you, taking this high-risk chance. Roll me a d6.
Oh. This fucking die. It's a 6.
Yeah!
Holy fuck. I'm so sorry. It's a 3.
Tyler!
It's the bottom of the 3 is curved like a 6, and I couldn't see it very well.
Your honesty.
It's a 3. Yeah.
Tyler,
Your honesty, says Adam, drawing every die roll he's ever made into question.
No.
Tyler, you reach out, grabbing Adam to throw him up into the roof with the power of the mist inside you, and you feel it fueling you, and then you feel it pull back, and you realize he is glued solid to the floor, and now both of your hands are out of the way. You are unable to defend yourself as this next strike comes in and you desperately try to dodge it. However, Del, you are seeing this happen. What do you do?
Oh, this is all gone to shit. All I can think is the words, well, not really words, the noises of Ted going, I don't like this. And I cast on myself the Tail of the Runaway with my action, which is the target can immediately use its reaction to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space it can see. So I'm going to use my reaction to do that, but the second part of the spell is I can choose a number of creatures I can see within 30 feet up to my charisma modifier, which is 4, to do the same thing. So as long as Tyler still has his reaction, you get a 30 feet teleport, Nero gets a 30 feet teleport, Dr. Deputy gets a 30 feet teleport, and Jack Magnum gets the 30 feet teleport. Are my 4 people.
I didn't use my reaction to hit zombies. I'm good. Fuck yeah, this rules.
So,
can I come too, guys?
and I'm like, just keep away from Shadow Nemesis.
So do you choose where everyone teleports to, or do they all make their own choice?
Everyone makes their own choice. They get that same reaction, which is you can teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
All right. We're going to go through these in order. Del, because you cast the spell, you will be the first to teleport. Where are you going?
Seeing those like little bird heads come out, are there places in the rafters to stand? Are there places that are visible that are up high, or like windowsills or anything like that?
You can see there are windowsills. There are broken stained glass windows off to the side that are lower down close to the floor. There are higher up versions. The top of it, you are looking at a roof that is almost half collapsed in, where there were grand arches and wooden beams. You're not sure how sturdy they are. You're not sure how much space there is to climb among them, but it does seem like there is a lattice work up there. You're just not sure how solid it is or where the gaps are.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to try for one of those higher windowsills, because I'm like, hopefully, even though these zombies are fast, maybe they're bad at climbing. We can only hope. We just got to get out of here. Rumple Foreskin will keep running. I will catch up with them when I can. Yeah.
Okay. Bamf, you are up there. An instant later, you hear, that's a good one, boss. And you look down and realize Dr. Deputy is teleported right next to you and is now hanging onto your leg for balance.
Okay, yeah, they'll just stay. Do you have any long-range murder implements?
That's a great question. Let me check. And he starts checking his pockets. I mean, I can throw some knives. I got a couple of those.
All right, maybe throw a knife from here, but don't fall down. Don't make me fall down either.
I try my best.
Okay.
Tyler, because this is a reaction, where are you teleporting to?
Through the hole in the roof.
Bam. Okay, you can roll me a perception. I will give just clean perception.
15 plus, I think, okay stuff. Yeah, 19 perception.
You can see far enough through the roof that you can spot, like you essentially are teleporting to the air and trusting when you fall a short distance, you will land on the roof. I'm assuming
I was either going to do that, yeah, or if like I couldn't see, like at a good enough angle to like be in the open air to drop where the roof would be under my feet, I would also just take like to the open hole and just try to grab.
You've got good enough. You've got a good enough eyesight on it with your roll that you could choose either. Do you want to kind of appear standing on roof?
Yeah, I would rather land on my feet than try to have to run the risk of scrambling up.
Great. You appear at the top of that hole. New Rogue, where do you want to teleport to with your reaction?
Okay. First of all, my focus right now is looking at these new zombies, the fast zombies in Westra, who's staring at me, right? Do I see Rumple Foreskin at all?
Rumple Foreskin is taken off running.
He's
Rumple
just
is
fully
very
taken
fast.
off. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I clock it. I clock the situation. I'm like, I need to go to Westra. I feel like pulled, but then I'm using my internal rod of double checking. I'm like, fuck. And then I bolt back up with Del and Tyler because not dealing with that right now.
Del is on the side, standing on a stained glass windowsill that is higher up, kind of 15 feet off the ground, looking down at the scene. Tyler has gone up and through the roof. You can't see exactly where, unless you want to roll me a perception to see if you can spot where he's up top.
I'm just going to go. Okay, I will. I'm going to go where Tyler is. He's injured. I can also possibly heal him. So
great. Roll me a perception. I'll give you advantage because you saw where Tyler was going.
Great. 11, 12. Okay. That's a 16.
16. You see it. So you can teleport yourself up there, which works. You teleport, and then Jack Magnum, you bamf up onto the roof next to Tyler, and Jack Magnum from where he's in your Bjorn just bamfs down to beside you, looking up at you, goes,
What? How'd you get out of there? No, get back in my Bjorn. No, don't back talk right now. You have to get in here. I'm picking you up. I'm not letting you actually decide this.
So to paint the scene for everybody now, as we have our variety of things going on. Tyler, you've ended up on the roof. To your right is New Rogue. He's right beside you. Jack Magnum is on the rooftop as well. These are shoddily tiled kind of stone and clay rims. It's the top of a Gothic church, just much closer to the ground. It is a steep angle. Behind you is the section that had kind of started to collapse, and you can see the Huntress just sprinting down your side of the roof. It's very sheer, it's risky, but she's able to run it as though it's flat ground. She's clearly got Shadow Nemesis's running abilities, booking it down towards that. New Rogue, you're paying attention to Jack Magnum. Del, you were looking down on the scene with the doctor deputy. Below you, you now see Shadow Nemesis in the middle of 3 of the flying heads with bat wing ears, 4 fast zombies, 2 cockatrices, and the 3 remaining boneless zombies sink into holes in the floor and disappear. But it means it is Shadow Nemesis versus 9 undead monsters standing fueled with rage, covered in blood thorns.
I believe in you, Shadow.
Bye.
Shadow Nemesis versus 9, so what we would call a corn town situation.
Oh yeah.
This is an undead corn town.
Yeah.
Del, you've watched how this has ended before. Technically, you used a reaction to teleport yourself up here. You still have movement and an action.
Well, technically,
do?
telling myself the ghost story counts as an action. So,
Okay.
so I
Do you
only have
want
a
to
bonus
use your
action.
movement?
No, I want to stay here. I want to just stay here. We're gonna stay here.
You stay there. Jack Magnum is up on the roof, and he's going to start chasing the Huntress.
Brave
What?
little goat.
You realize
Sorry, my active listening. I just caught that now. What?
Jack Magnum was next on the initiative order, so he's chasing after the Huntress. He rolled a 23 for moving down the roof, so you're realizing there's a little bit of mountain goat in this goat. He's moving so fast and leaping from thing to thing, pursuing this undead monstrous. New rogue. What do you do?
Okay. Well, that's not good. Tyler, you're really, really hurt. So I'm going to really, really heal you. All right. So here goes, buddy. Feel the touch of my ass upon thine cheek and be healed, baby, as I cure your wounds. And I'm going to roll. I'm going to cast this at level 2. So I'm going to do 2d8 and I could add a +4 because of Ezra. So give me 1 second. 2d8. Where are you? Here we go. That's a 3. That's a 4. Okay, so that's 8 altogether. 8 altogether.
Wait, so you rolled your 2d8 were a 3, and then a 1?
Yeah, and then I get to add my I get to add 4 HP because of the Ezra. I add an extra 4 because of Ezra.
Yep. Great.
Guy, you just doubled my health. So thank you. Tremendously helpful.
To make sure I can understand this, is this you mentioned ass. Is this like an ass on hip? How are you particularly posing this up on the roof?
Which of my cheeks are you talking about?
Well, you're not standing on your foot on like you're really hurt. So I would imagine you were crouch. Yeah.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
are.
go for it. Yep.
All right. I was just going to grace.
Mind the horns. Don't hurt yourself.
I was going to grace his face with my cheek.
And you did that successfully, and he was healed for that amount. Do you want to move? That was your action.
Yes, I would very much like to move. I'm going to be following Jack Magnum so I can provide defense and offense in equal measure.
Great. Roll me an acrobatics.
Oh, yes. Come on, baby. All right. Well, let's see here. The modifier. Okay. That is a 14.
14. You are making your way down this roof just barely. You are skidding a little bit, but you have not fully fallen. It's going to be high risk for you for the second half of this roof, but you are trying your absolute best, which then means it's a boneless zombie. They're gone. Boneless zombie, they ran away. Shadow Nemesis.
No.
You find yourself standing in a room full of Gregernant Mahns. You are closest to, technically, a head in the sky that is flittering around, just going. What are you seeing and what are you hearing as you attack?
I think I think everyone is Gregernant, and everyone has their own little biscuit cart. And everyone has their own gramophone, and everyone's playing the Pee-wee's Playhouse song, but they're all at different times. So it's just 9 different like versions of Pee-wee's Playhouse, like it's just all over the place. And they're all kind of like doing like a jig next to the cart and just dancing. And then I'm just like, stop it. But then outwards, it's just another just like bellow, and then flames are going and the ground shaking and everything. And I guess I'm just gonna take a swing at this flying head, I suppose.
Right. Let's roll away.
All right. I roll. Now, do you want me to roll? I get 2 hits, so can I just roll 2d20?
Roll 1 attack, because if you could kill this one in 1 hit, then you'll shift to something else.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Then I should do that. All right. So that is. Wow. Okay. That's a math. 23 to hit.
That will hit. Yes. Roll your damage.
Okay. So that's 1d8 plus 5.
It'll be d10 because you're swinging two-handed.
Oh, that's right. 1d10 plus 5. Okay. Don't go there. So that is 9.
9. You carve deep into the skull. It is now stuck on the end of your axe, but is not yet dead. Look at you going.
Oh, but in my mind, Gregernant's like kind of hanging on to it, and he's like, "Wee." So
and you attack again. Roll me another attack. I'll give you advantage on this one.
Oh, great. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Okay, that is another 23.
That will indeed hit the head with wings for ears.
Yes.
Very poorly armored.
And then a D10 plus 5 is a 14.
Wow.
You splatter this Gregernant. What does it look like? What does it feel like? And how does killing your first Gregernant make you need to kill more?
What is it? I think I think to make me more angry, the Gregernant doesn't die in my head. I think instead it like a rainbow appears. And he slides on it, and he's like, "I'm safe. You can't kill me anymore." and then it just goes to the next one, who's also still doing a jig, and he's just like, "But I'm still here." So then I just go after that one.
Great. And what does that look like from the outside for Dell and Dr. Deputy, who are watching this scene happen? You got to tell me, Adam. What does it look like?
I thought you were
I'm watching.
No.
I'm watching.
They're watching. So, Shadow Nemesis, what does it look like for Dell? We now know you're seeing rainbows and Gregernants, but for somebody who's watching this in the real world, what is Shadow Nemesis versus a wall of zombies with like a bat head look like?
Well, I think I swing, I hit it, and the head gets stuck in the axe, and then I think I just kind of swing it and smash it on the ground, so it just splits in two and kind of does like a little spin, like 2 coconut shells, and like and settles on the ground, and then I just go to the next one.
Are you saying anything? Are you yelling anything?
I think when I'm like berserker, I think it's just like nonsense, like rage, like Tasmanian devil, like it's just not. It's like it's not even. It makes no sense. It's just pure, like I'm just gone. It's just rage and noises.
Yep. And you are gone making those rage noises. Del, that's when you see another one of these remaining heads of the 2 that are still left swoop in and shriek at the top of its lungs. And an unholy, undying, impossible scream for a skull without lungs. Shadow Nemesis, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw as you are buffeted by this sound?
Suppose that danger sense doesn't do anything, eh? No? It's okay. No.
Does it affect wisdom?
No. Yes.
And it does not.
Okay.
Fishing is real.
Yeah, maybe. 3.
Oh,
3. Okay. Del, you look on as you see Shadow Nemesis in the midst of his rage freeze in place. Frozen as the second flying head with its bat ears fluttering swoops in, hovers for a moment, and then begins to give him a grotesque kiss.
Ooh.
What the heck?
That's
I
the end
just
of this
see-
episode.
What the heck?
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dmitry Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gata Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.